What's up, everybody? Welcome to Mystics MMOs. I'm your host, Mystic Raven. So, I'm just doing events and, trying to get as many weeklies in. I got a lot of tunes. Um, so, I'm on my atomic. The other two people just saw water. They just didn't even bother, right? I think but they saw a Wave Rider, water power, and was like, oh, well, we're not even bothering. I'm like, bullshit, I'm still going in. And I went in and I busted it. Now I know a lot of people are like, this isn't elite content. It doesn't matter in that essence. I out DPS'd a water in less than 2 minutes because you got the animation and stuff. It was just two of us. The other two didn't even participate, and I still beat the water. Not even trying, to be honest with you, because the simple fact of it is, knowledge matters. Like, people overhype everything in this game. It's all clickbait. I woke up. I get this notification about right on my, not even a notification, because I'm not subscribed to him. Zazo. It was just on my YouTube. I opened my YouTube right there, front and center. Zazo, meta healer, and I was like, this dude is such fucking trash. And I'm like, the only reason he's even moderately decent is because his max artifacts and max allies. Other than that, he has no idea of numbers whatsoever. He's still, and I challenge. I left a comment. I'm like, I challenge anybody here to go watch him stream and tell me he's not on cooldown for supercharges. Go ahead, because I've seen him, and he's always on fucking cooldown because he doesn't know how to optimize. And I'm like, trash, fucking trash. And I'll call it how I see it, because proof is in the pudding. Here I am. Everybody's like, well, I don't know that player. Not all players are content creators, you dipshits. You know what I'm saying? Not all players are content creators. I didn't want to be a content creator again. I was a content creator. I obviously am again right now, but I'm doing it. Whether it's in normal, whatever content I'm doing, I'm still beating meta chasers because they don't understand math. How did an atomic beat what? How does a sorcerer beat what? How? But it's meta. No, it's not fucking meta. It's math. It's fucking math. And now I am subscribed to Multiverse. I loved his video yesterday calling out the augments. He's like, well, I'm still working on my augments, but there's these people thought the buffs were capped or bugged when they're capped. And I'm like, yes, yes, yes. And Multiverse didn't have to drop one name of any content creator, but yet called out every content creator who claimed it was bug. I'll call them out. Zazo was one of them. So how am I taking these fuckers serious? How? How? I can't. Absolutely cannot. So that's why I'm like, yeah, there it was, man. Toast. And he, of course, he had the ground thing. I used my ally, my DPS ally. I was like, boop, there we go. It's like I keep warning DPS, if you drop up that buff circle, it's going to increase your damaging abilities. This is true, but it's also going to increase mine. But the difference is I have one more source of damage you've subtracted, and that's a damage ally. Now I have one more source of damage that you don't possess. That's why I win. You can't make it up, people. Proof is in the pudding. And this isn't just a rare one-off. It's not. Yes, people do beat me. Especially people who can beat it in like 2 seconds with a glitch. There's still players doing that shit. I was like, ooh, just 2 seconds. As soon as the animation comes, the boss is dead, and I'm like, they really do need to like ban these players. Like that is ridiculous. And then players calling, saying, "Oh, we want art swapping back." You dealt less damage with art swapping. You're dealing more damage now because you didn't understand your artifacts were stat sticks. So as you kept swapping them, you were losing stats, ergo losing DPS. Yes, there are certain artifacts that were more beneficial on the swap, like the friggin' orbital, the King's Trident, right? So obviously, until they rework that, it's pointless to have it. There were certain artifacts that were more like, like you could swap out that definitely had more impact at a certain phase, right? Because it was only a one-time use, and then so they do need to rework those artifacts, right? I'm not debating that. But proc artifacts are still procs. They still scale from stat. So you swapping in and out your arts isn't going to help your DPS with procs when your stats go down. There are a couple artifacts, like any artifacts like Pages of the Black or Leonard's Amulet, anything with a buff that you accumulate and you swap, that residual would still be there. That was one of the major problems, but every other artifact's initial stats were getting lost in swapping. So you were losing DPS. That's why I said if you were swapping more than 2, you were essentially losing a shitload of DPS. But, the meta players, right? The meta players. And I was like, what fucking trash. These guys are such trash. But yeah, can't make it up. Once again, proof is in the pudding. All of this, I do believe this in a, atomic, Good luck, y'all. Have a good one. Peace.